Hey guys, so I have been asked many times to film a YouTube video, but every time I do, I just don't like how it comes out or something goes wrong. Like, just so many problems. But today, I decided to do a little something fun while still being able to show a little bit of tips and tricks on how I do my makeup and how I get my skin to look as good as possible, how I get my eyeshadows to blend, etc. So today I'm going to be doing half of my face drugstore versus high-end. Literally every single thing is going to be drugstore versus high-end except my brushes, just because most of my brushes are Morphe brushes or drugstore brushes that I just find. Without any further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, so first things first is I'm going to prime my skin. So, okay, I'm not a big believer in primer. I don't really see a difference when I wear it. But for today, I mean not just today, I always moisturize my skin. Whether that be with the Clean and Clear Dual Action Moisturizer, which is really good. Or with my new favorite, this Pixi Rose Ceramide Cream. So good. A little bit goes a long way. And it's just so incredibly moisturizing. I just place this all over my skin, starting from the center of my face and working my way out. Once I have that on my skin, I would typically move on to my eyebrows, but for today I'm going to do my base first just because I feel like that's going to take the longest. The high-end foundation that I'm going to use is the Becca Aqua Luminous Perfecting Foundation. The drugstore foundation that I'm going to use is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in Desert Beige. Right side high-end, left side drugstore. To blend out my foundation, I use a brush. So I'm just going to go ahead and begin to do short strokes all over my face, kind of going in a circular motion, but really lightly touching my face. I'm going to go ahead and apply the Wet n Wild foundation. This one has like more of a spatula type of thing, so I usually do about... If you notice a quality change, a wider angle, like literally so much different. I had to switch to my phone because my camera literally died despite me charging it for hours. But anyways, I applied the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation on this side, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend it out. But yeah, definitely a color difference. I feel like the Wet n Wild, like they can both be like a pretty good match, which is really weird. But, okay, usually after I apply my foundation with a brush, I go in with a sponge. So I just like to go over everything with the sponge. This helps push in the product. It helps make it look all like smoother, more skin-like, and just less cakey. I feel like this side, I don't know if you guys can see, it's just settling a lot more into that crease. As opposed to this one, it's not as bad. One side I'm going to use the Kylie Cosmetics Skin Concealers. On the other side, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Medium 25. So to blend this out, I'm using my Real Technique sponge. For the other side, I'm taking the same sponge, but just like it's the same type of sponge, but it's a different sponge. Again, I feel like the Maybelline one looks better. So far drugstore has 1 point. I might have to make it 2. I don't know. This concealer just looks really kind of patchy, and it's emphasizing some of my like texture under my eyes. And you can even see it, like this eye looks less covered than this eye. at least in my opinion. I'm going to give that one to Drugstore again just because I feel more covered and I feel like more lifted, as to this one looks a little bit like, I don't know. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 10 Fair Light versus the MAC X Patrick Star Patrick's powder. My finger to blend out any creases. And I'm going to go in with that powder and I'm just going to dust it on. Baking isn't something I do. I don't do it either on clients unless they specifically like say like, oh, I have really oily skin or whatever. And I'm going to go in with the Maybelline one. Apply. The Patrick Star one looks less drying, but I feel like the Maybelline one looks smoother. I'm going to give that one to Drugstore again, honestly. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit versus the Morphe 8H. I think Morphe, like little, I don't know what it's called. It doesn't have a name. It came in a gift set for Christmas. So I'm going to use the Anastasia one on this side. I'm going to mix the most orange shade and the middle shade. One thing I'm noticing is like right here, let me see if I turn the brightness down. Right here, it's like red, almost as if the foundation didn't really cover that part as well. Now I'm going to go in with the Morphe side and I'm going to begin. I'm going to take the shade Blogger and Debutante. For this one, I don't know. This one's like, I can't really tell a difference. I feel like they both look really good. I'm going to call it high on this one. For the high-end side, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Kit in Radiant. Literally all this rubbed off because I use it so much. On the Drugstore side, I'm using the Morphe Blush Palette in 8W. The high-end side, I'm going to mix the shades Terrace and Coastline. I'm going to smile. Blushy, I'm going to just take a bigger brush and blend it. So for the Morphe one, I'm going to mix the shades Unapologetic and a tiny bit of Provocative. So for blush, I'm going to call blush another tie. So for one side of my face, I'm using, for the luxury side, I'm using the Anastasia Glow Kit in Sugar. And then for the other side, I'm using the Morphe 8S palette. Super, super, super pretty. And I'm going to use the shade Trance because it kind of has that like shift factor to it. So you see how it has that shift. The Morphe side isn't as thick of a glitter. It's like less noticeable as opposed to the Anastasia one, but they're both really pretty. I'm going to give this one to Morphe just because the glitter on this side is really noticeable and it's kind of not my favorite. For the high-end side of my brows, I'm going to use the Anastasia Brow Wiz in dark brown. For the other side of my brows, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. And this is in the shade Neutral Brown, right? Whoa, I like this side a lot more. Like you can just... Whoa. Okay, Drugstore definitely wins this side for sure. No questions asked. I like the Drugstore side a lot better. Let me know if you guys disagree with me on anything. Like, I could totally just be saying this wrong, but I think Drugstore looks a lot better. So I'm going to use the Morphe 24G. She's a little dusty. For my Drugstore side. And for my high-end side, I'm going to use the Morphe... the Morphe Soft Glam. So the Morphe... the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. Oh! fallout right here, let's see if you guys can see it, is really bad. Right off the bat, I didn't have fallout on this side, but I did on this side. So that's a little bizarre. I like both sides, but you can see a little bit of patchiness there. And a little bit right there, but not as much, I feel like. I'm going to give this one to the drugstore for sure. I just feel like it did a little bit, it did a pretty significant, a better job. The shadows are pigmented. I didn't have any fallout issues on the side I did. To add a little bit more of a pop to my highlight, I'm going to go in with Wet n Wild's Hustle and Glow Loose Highlighter versus the Fenty Beauty Fairy Bomb Shimmer Powder in 24 Cray. Yeah, Fenty's looks really pretty. Oh, my cheeks look lifted. Both sides look stunning. Oh, mascara. The Maybelline The Falsies Volume Express versus the Wonder Beauty Unlashed Mascara. Like, both have that slight dip. If we're doing strictly based off looks, this one looks better. I prefer this one, but this one looks better. So this is the color I'm using. It's in the shade Missy and Fierce. So my natural lips are lopsided. There's nothing we can do about that. So, in conclusion, I think drugstore wins. I'm gonna say drugstore. I feel like it looks prettier, smoother. You guys let me know down below who you think won. I hope you guys are happy with this video. If you guys want me to film a tutorial, let me know down below. I feel like tutorials are so awkward though, but I'll do it if you guys really want it. Yeah, just comment down below. Tag me in a look that you want me to recreate. Tag me in one of my own looks that you want me to do a tutorial on. Like, anything. I'll put my Instagram username right here. It's really easy. It's at Cassie Brows. It's the only one. It's the original blank brows. I think. If you guys want to keep up with me and all of my looks and life and whatnot, that's where to follow me. If you guys want to book me to do your makeup, you should. I'm pretty good, if I do say so myself. But if you guys want to book me, I'll put all the information here as well as the link down, not in the link, in the description down below. It's also on my Instagram in a highlighted story. I'm located in the Los Angeles, San Fernando Valley area. I do not travel, so that's kind of a bust. But next year, well, August, July-ish, I will travel, which will come with different rates, but comment down below what I should do next, and follow me on my social media, not social medias. Subscribe to this channel. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.